Hi guys, in this video I'm going to look at all of the chord voicing shapes, all of the inversions for drop 3 voicings in C major on string set 6, 4, 3, 2. I don't want to go into a lot of theory in this video. If you're interested in learning more about why these voicings are the way that they are and how they can be useful to your playing, check out my book, The Drop Voicing Book for Guitar. Actually, this is page 76 from the book, so if you enjoy this, you'll love the book. But I'm not going to talk about the theory too much. I'm just going to show you the voicings. I think the important thing is to know the voicings, and so without a lot of talking or a lot of preamble, let's just jump into these exercises. So the first chord is a chord that most people know. It's a C major 7 voicing, and it's voiced 1, 7, 3, 5. Now, if you look at the chord progression here, you're going to see that I'm moving through the cycle of fourths diatonically, retaining common tones. Now, what that means is that the roots of the chords are going up diatonic fourths like this. C, F, B, E, A, D, G, C, and then I'm playing the diatonic 7th chord inversions as I move through. So the root note and the bass note are different, right? So the root is the actual letter name of the chord, but the bass note in this case, in other words, you're going to have like slash chords, inversions, because we're retaining common tones as we go through. Now that's a mouthful, and again, the theory is important, and it's good to know the correct theory, but knowing the voicings, where and how to use them is perhaps even more important. So C major 7 goes to F major 7 in second inversion. Then we go to B minor 7 flat 5, E minor 7 over B, A minor 7, B minor 7 over A, G7, C major 7. Now I know like Ted Green would play on a Telecaster with a lot of reverb, and he would get a very connected legato sound. On the classical guitar, it's more challenging. You can try different things. One thing I like to do is I'll practice these where I'll play the bass note first. And I'll try to have a, somewhat connected bass. And arpeggio patterns are good. Or you can play the inner two voices, then the outer two voices. In drop 3, the inner two voices here are, at least in this set, the inner two voices are the 7th and 3rd, the guide tones that we often practice. So it's good to kind of etch those into your memory. And then the outer voices are either the 5th and root or the root and 5th. So, okay, so learn that set. Very, very important set. Now, what you'll see is in this video, there are going to be 4 sets of chords, and that's because we're going to start on each position of the C major 7 chord. So we started in root position and we voice led through the cycle of fourths. Now we're going to start in first inversion and we're going to voice lead through the sets. So it would sound like this: C major 7 over E, F major 7 over E, B minor 7 flat 5 over D, E minor 7 D in the bass, a C with A minor 7 with C in the bass, D minor 7 over C, G7 over B, and then C major 7 over B. I'll play that without talking. Now, if I practiced those more today, I could get it to be more legato, but great left-hand stuff for your technique as well. Okay, so now we should start on the second inversion. So the C major 7 over G goes to F major 7. Then we have B minor 7 flat 5 over F. E minor 7, all open strings, that's nice. Now, why do I jump up? Because I don't want to change the string set. So in the book, what I've done is I've tried to keep it kind of playable on a classical guitar. If you're playing on a Telecaster or an electric with a cutaway, you could keep these all sort of in the same stream in terms of the octave. And yeah, you should do that anyway. You should learn to play these in all the different positions. So in other words, like the chord I just played, E minor 7, could be played on the 12th fret, right? Or even in harmonics in this case. But I jumped this up to the octave to A minor 7 over E, D minor 7, G7 over D, and C major 7. I'll play that again without talking. And then finally, to be complete, and my drop voicing book is very complete, by the way. Someone said, you're exhausting all the possibilities and you're also exhausting me. But yeah, there's an element of maybe being overly thorough, but the idea is to really know the tones for the harmonies all over the neck. And then you can make lines, you can play melodies, you can comp, you can do arrangements, you can understand the music of Bach and great composers by really knowing these seventh chord inversions everywhere. So you know, completion is the ultimate and maybe unattainable goal, really. In the interest of completion, here we go. This is the last set. This is going to be C major 7 over B, so third inversion, and then the voice leading just follows logically. So here we are with a little talk through. C major 7 over B, F major 7 over A, B minor 7 flat 5 over A, E minor 7 over G, A minor 7 over G, D minor 7 over F, G7 over F, and then coming up the octave for the last chord. And now here it is with no talking, so. You might do like a little bossa nova rhythm. So you could play So those are drop 3 inversions for this string set, and if you know those, then you know a lot of harmony on the instrument, and you'll start to see these things pop up in everything from Bach to Fernando Sor to Kurt Rosenwinkel, Joe Pass, you name it. You know, these spacings are, along with drop 2, probably the most commonly applied voicing type in the music. Check out my book. Check out the drop voicing book for guitar and dig in deep. I'm going to make more of these videos. Please subscribe, and thanks for checking out this channel. Have a nice day. Bye.